JST Services, we're a timber import handling logistics company. We haul timber from the forest to the mill, and we load and unload ships with all types, various cargoes all over the UK and Ireland. The Floating Pier is based off of a barge and a bridge, and what we can do with it, we can take it to any landing place in the UK or Ireland, anywhere at all almost, put it to the shore, and within one day we can be set up and have a pier for loading or discharging ships. It's Floating Pier number 3. It basically started with a design and a drawing, looking at both the piers that we had. So we sat down with T12 and Dales Marine, went through all the concept, the design spec. Some of the hurdles were obviously the length, the weight, dimensions, trying to make it all fit for the different places that we want to take it.
Once we got the barge down to Greenock and she was put in the dry dock behind me here, we did some refit works, repainting and any modifications that were required to accept this 120-ton link span. I think the project's very exciting. I mean, my job is to find new and different things. It's great because it's all about sustainability. It's just a fantastic project and it's just a wee bit different.
The job at Drimnin came about, so now the challenge and the timescale hit because we were up against it. We had to basically design and build in 12 weeks to have this ready to go into place. The whole reason we put the pier there is because the road network will not basically take the timber by road off. If we didn't put a floating pier there, then there would probably be no feasible way of removing the timber from the forest at Drimnin. The alternative would be basically a fixed pier, and the costs and planning infrastructure to do that would probably make it not feasible. And what we do is when we go there, they put a bank seat in 6 metres wide. Basically, we go in, we land the bridge on it, a couple of jack-up sockets. Once we're finished, we can cover the bank seat with rock and you wouldn't even know we'd been on site. Once we get the pier set up in situation, everything was there. We had more than 4,500 tonnes of timber sitting ready to go. Within 3 days, the boat was in, loaded, and the timber was gone, ready to start moving more timber.
We're hauling timber down from forests at Mungersdale and Carnacailloch on the Morven Peninsula. By taking the timber out by sea, we're opening up previously uneconomic forests, and we're able to market this timber to end users practically throughout Europe. Every ship that you see behind us, the Fry Marlin there, she's taken about 2,500 tonnes of logs today. That's roughly 100 timber trucks in one time. If those timber trucks had been travelling off the peninsula to markets, that's a lot of road miles, and that is a lot of CO2 emissions. Now, ships aren't entirely clean. They do put out CO2 as well, but we're carrying 100 wagon loads in one hit. That is a massive help towards decarbonisation of the timber supply chain and the journey towards net zero in terms of forestry in Scotland.
I would say this is something that's going to grow arms and legs and move forward. It's not just timber that we can use them for. There is options we have looked at before where we can go into, say, the River Thames in London and move sand, gravel, anything at all where it makes it feasible to take basically road miles off the road, because we can move more by ship than we can by road. The floating pier system, it's endless, the opportunities there. We can do anything that's possible, providing there's sea, river, whatever, we can go in there and we can move anything just depending on what the customer's requirements are.